got some really amazing pictures tonight. Thank you to all the street teamers who sent them in. We're going to start off with Jill. This is a water dropping helicopter that we're showing you tonight, filling up from the Bear Creek golf course. So you'll see here's the golf course right there, and that's the lake right in the middle of the golf course. So filling up right there, pretty amazing stuff. As we take a look at our next picture, this is from Ron, and he's showing us flames marching up a hill to a home on Valley Vista. We were just talking about that home a moment ago. We also have a picture, it's the same home, and that's the fire retardant coming down on that same house that we just showed you. So Ron says they dropped retardant on both sides of the house, and also that combined with good brush clearance saved the house. So you got to remember to clear your brush, so that's great. You'll see right here Brandon, this is a look from his mother's house of the flames marching toward the home on Valley Vista, toward many homes right there, but that was the house that was affected. And a pretty amazing story here that Ron told us. He took this last picture right here, and he said he saw a neighbor come down, knock on the door of this residence, and actually it was an older couple. They were sleeping. They didn't even know what was happening at the time. They were taking a nap. But the good news is that they made it out safe tonight. So that was their home right there. Thank you, Ron, and thank you for all the street teamers who sent in pictures tonight. Rick and Sharon, back to you.
Hope they don't find any life on Mars, because they'll probably all want to move out here.
That's
when
true.
They find
In
out about our weather, right?
We've already got
We do have the best
overpopulation,
weather.
so there we go. We do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing out there.
It really is nice.
It's very, very nice. And at this point, it's not too hot, it's not too cool. Of course, we're concerned with the fire weather. We've got, the fire in Marietta. So, of course, that's a concern. And it is hot, but it will cool down. So there we go. So I'm going to break down the forecast for you guys. First, we want to show you what we're expecting over the next couple of days. And of course, as we head toward the weekend as well, we are expecting a few changes. First and foremost, let's take you outside this evening. I can try to fly. No, I'm kidding. That's not going to work. But I got my broom.
Look how little it is.
Sharon's got a witch hat. She pulls that out every
right.
Halloween. So we'll wait for that to happen in October.
I might retire this year.
Really?
Yeah, I've done it too many years in a row, and I think we're just kind of tired of it.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens in October. But we've got a ways to go before we get there. We're still talking about summer. We're still talking about, I wanted to say July, but we're already in August. 1st of August here, and we are heating up nicely. Temperatures near average for this time of year. Eventually, we are expecting some cooling. So we'll show you one coming up in a little bit. As we take a look at radar right here, you're going to see, well, mostly clear conditions, but we are expecting the fog to push through to the coast into the overnight and into the morning hours as well. Wind-wise right now, it's pretty calm, but we are looking at windier conditions in the high desert right there. Other than that, you'll see pretty calm conditions, winds in the single digits. Temperature-wise, we're pretty mild, 68 in downtown, 69 in San Pedro, 72, and that's for Laguna Beach. And as we take you up to the high desert, a little warmer there, Palmdale, you're at 86 degrees this evening. So earlier today, we made it to 78. That was for downtown. Average is 84. So temperatures were certainly below average for this time of year, but they're going to be near average as we head into the next few days. Over the next 24 hours, 70s and 60s, eventually turning to 80s. You'll see 60s overnight, 70s in the late morning, early afternoon, and by the afternoon, we're getting up to about 80 degrees. Santa Monica, 72 tomorrow. Anaheim, 83. Palmdale, 100. Hitting the century mark. In Woodland Hills, you're getting up to about 95 as we head to tomorrow afternoon. As we get a look at your forecast right here, take a look. Very warm temperatures heading our way at the moment. We were a little warmer today. We're going to continue to stay warm. We've got high pressure sitting to our east. We've got high pressure sitting over Southern California as well. The combination making for warm temperatures. And with that, let's get a look at your extended forecast. You're going to see your 5-day forecast right here for the valleys and the Inland Empire, showing you sunshine across the board, 90s. And by next week, we're talking triple digits. Until then, a little bit of a cool down as we head toward your weekend, at least the first part of it. Rick and Sharon, back to you. And we're expecting a warm up and then a cool down in the forecast. We'll break it all down for you coming up. It's gorgeous out. We really can't complain. And there is the pier, perfect. So you're going to see, a few people.
Well, it was.
Yeah, still a decent amount of people out there.
Fewer people out there now.
It's not deserted. There's nights, especially in the winter months, where there's not a soul even at this hour out there. So this is pretty good. It's a nice summer night out there. The fog is starting to roll back into the coast, and it's going to continue to do so into the overnight hours and into the morning hours as well. We will expect some clearing by the afternoon. At this point, though, again, we are tracking fog along the coast, clear conditions inland, and calm conditions wind-wise at the moment, and pretty mild conditions temperature-wise. 68 in downtown. Palmdale, you're at 85, 78 in Riverside, and 72 in Laguna Beach. So earlier today, we made it to 78. That was for downtown. Average is 84, and record numbers 99. We didn't get anywhere close to that, and not getting anywhere close to that over the next 24 hours. 60s, upper 60s, and getting up to about 80 degrees by the time we hit tomorrow afternoon. So Santa Monica getting up to 72 tomorrow, Palmdale 100 degrees, hitting the century mark, Riverside 91, Woodland Hills 95. So we actually did hit the century mark earlier today in the high desert, and we're doing it again tomorrow. Other than that, much cooler elsewhere. Again, the coast just in the 70s. So really that span will be from the 70s to the 90s predominantly. As we head into the next few days, we're going to continue to keep it warm, and eventually we will cool it down as well. Low pressure starts to head our way, but for now, we're just talking about high pressure building to the forecast, and with that, keeping it warm. We've got high pressure to our east, we've got high pressure sitting over Southern California, and with that, again, we are looking at pretty warm conditions. Eventually, we are expecting a little bit of a cool down, and with that, we'll show you your extended forecast and show you what we can expect as we head toward the weekend. For the basin in Orange County, 80s turning to upper 70s, so we will be below average, at least for the first part of the weekend. By Sunday, a few clouds, and then warmer as we head into Monday. So we're going to notice a difference as we head into next week, and we will notice a bit of a difference as we head toward the weekend. We are cooling it down. For the coast, not a lot of changes. You're going to see 70s turning to low 70s, getting back up to about 72 by the time we hit Monday. And for the valleys in the Inland Empire, sunshine across the board, mid 90s, dipping down to the low 90s by the first part of the weekend. And by the time we head into Sunday, a few degrees warmer. And then by Monday, we're hitting the triple digits into our inland spots. So we are expecting a scorcher as we head to next week. Until then, warm and then cooling it down just for a few days. Rick and Sharon, back to you. Actually sent in by all of you out there. Thank you, Sharon and Susie. No, I wasn't out there today, but some incredible pictures sent in from several street teamers, so thank you for that. We're going to start off with Jill right here. So why don't we go ahead and start off with Jill, and you're going to see right here that she sent in this really amazing picture. Take a look. It's a water-dropping helicopter actually picking up water at the lake at Bear Creek Golf Course in Marietta. So there's the golf course right there, and there's the lake right in the middle. So we're getting water from there. As we get a look at the next picture, this was sent in to us from Ron. You'll see right here, there's the home we were just talking about on Valle Vista Road, and you'll see the fire just marching its way up to the home. And this picture also from Ron. It's actually taken by that same drop. Remember that tanker went and got water at the golf course? Well, then it came back and dropped water and retardant right over the house right there. So two things actually helped out this home. Good brush clearance right there, and well, you'll see again the retardant coming down as well. So that helped us out. The next street team member, you'll see Brandon. He sent this picture in, and this is a view from his mother's home. It's that same house, and you're going to see the fire just marching toward the home right there. And one last picture from Ron. Thank you again for sending these in. From Valle Vista, you're going to see the flames racing up to the house, and Ron actually told us that he watched his neighbor banging on the door to make sure the people got out, and incredibly, it was an older couple. They were taking a nap, and they didn't know anything was going on at the time. Ron says they got out and they got home safe. So that's great news. Again, thank you for sending those pictures in. And Susie and Sharon, back to you.
And we'll check in on
Very summer-like out there. And it is summer, and we're near average, and we're staying that way, at least for the next couple of days. So we are expecting some changes, and we're going to go over those coming up in just a minute. But first, we want to take you outside to Long Beach. And as we do, there's going to be a little bit of cloud cover coming in tonight. A little bit of it's already here, and we're expecting more of it to the overnight morning hours, spanning into parts of the basin, but clearing out by the afternoon hours. Wind-wise, we're pretty calm at this point, mostly in the single digits. And you'll see temperature-wise, we're pretty mild, even warm still in spots like Palmdale. No surprise, because Palmdale, you got up to 100 degrees earlier today, 82 right now. As we head over to Riverside, we're at 77. We're at 67 in downtown and 66 in San Pedro, Laguna Beach, currently at 67. So high pressure is building into Southern California. We're staying warm. Temperatures are near average at this point, but we are expecting a little bit of a cool down as we head toward your weekend. So we're going to have that weekend forecast coming up for you in just a little bit. First, I want to check in with numbers from earlier today. You'll see we got up to about 78 degrees. That was for downtown. So we were below average for this time of year, good 6 degrees below average. By tomorrow, a little warmer over the next 24 hours, 60s, more 60s, and by the afternoon, we're getting up to about 80 degrees. You'll see right here, Santa Monica 72, Palmdale 100 degrees, Riverside 91, and Woodland Hills, you're getting up to about 95 degrees. As we take you through Futurecast, you're going to see fog coming into the overnight hours, and then by the morning hours, just looking at patchy fog along the coast, and by the 5 o'clock hour, we are keeping things mostly clear. Most of the fog sitting offshore, and still, same thing goes around 10 o'clock. We are expecting the morning clouds and, well, more sunshine by the afternoon for the coast. That pattern should continue, possibly for the basin as well. You'll see 80s, upper 70s, and staying that way through Saturday with morning clouds, much more afternoon sunshine. By Sunday, a few clouds, but back to about 80, and by Monday, we're warming it up again to average temperatures, even a little above average as we head into next week. So we are bracing for, again, a cool down followed by a warm-up. As we take a look at the coast right here, 70s pretty much across the board. Not a lot of wiggle room there temperature-wise, just fluctuating by a degree or so. And for the valleys in the Inland Empire, mid-90s turning to low 90s, back up to the upper 90s by your Sunday. And by your Monday, we're talking triple-digit heat. Back to you. And Susie, temperatures are heating up, then cooling down. We'll have that full forecast coming up.
Well, back here on Earth in Southern California. Summer-like weather.
Yes,
yeah.
Summer-like and very close to where we should be for this time of year for a change. So it's nice. I'm enjoying
love it.
I absolutely love it. Yeah. So I haven't heard a lot of complaints. Yeah. I usually get all the complaints, and it's always my fault.
Right. Of course but of course it is.
But of course it is, right? But right now I haven't heard much. So that's a good thing. So hopefully you're liking the weather out there, and it is going to stay this way at least for now. And then of course we're dealing with a few changes along the way. So we're going to have Well, Sharon, that shot we just saw from that video, we actually have that shot from Jill, a street teamer, and a few more from some of you. So thank you for sending them in. Let's get started right here. So as we get a look at this photo from Jill, this is actually from the Bear Creek Golf Course. It's a water-dropping helicopter that's filling up in the same lake on the golf course right there. There's the helicopter, there's the lake, and there's the golf course right behind you. Ron, he sent us pictures as well, a few of them. Thank you, Ron, for these. And this is Valle Vista Road. You're going to see the fire making its way up the road in this shot right here. And there we go. Ron sending this one in as well. Fire retardant. You're seeing it's getting dropped on both sides of the house. That combined with, well, brush that was cleared from the front and back of the house actually helped save it. So that's great news. And finally, Brandon right here. Take a look. This is a view from his mother's house, and there's the fire right there making its way toward the house and toward houses in the area. So great shot again. Thank you. Very, very impressive shots here. And very scary. Take a look at these flames, how close they got to the house. And as we know, they did make their way to the house as well. Take a look at this shot right here. This was from Ron. He actually witnessed the neighbors coming to this home right here, knocking on the door to tell the neighbors that lived inside that the fire was right behind them. It was an older couple. They were napping and they had no idea about the fire until, well, this neighbor woke them up. So good news is that they're alive and well tonight. So again, thank you for sending those in, and glad everybody is okay. Coming up in a little bit, of course, we're going to have your forecast. So don't go away. Back to you. Good question. Well, I'm going to let you know if it's going to last. At this point, it's lasting, but of course, nothing lasts forever. So we're going to tell you when it's all going to end. As we take a look outside right now, from our Blue Ridge camera, you're going to see a little bit of low cloud cover out there in the distance, and that's going to be along the coast. For the most part, we are clear inland, staying that way for the next, well, few days. Take a look at radar right here. We are dealing with a bit of coastal cloud cover, not seeing much on radar, but it is out there. Calm winds out there for you, and you're going to see temperature-wise, we're in the 60s, 70s with a few 80s as well. 81 in Palmdale, 65 in downtown, 70 in Valencia, and 66 in San Pedro. High pressure is building into Southern California. With that, we're staying nice and warm, near average temperatures at this point, and eventually we will be cooling it down as we head toward the weekend. So we'll have that weekend forecast in a minute. You'll see right here 78 in downtown. That was the high earlier today. Average is 84, so we were a few degrees below average. Record number is 99. Didn't get close to record numbers. You'll see over the next 24 hours 60s, upper 60s, and then 80s by the afternoon. We're up to about 80 degrees in downtown under mostly sunny skies. We are waking up to a bit of fog in the basin and at the coast. Santa Monica 72, Anaheim 83, Riverside 91, and do want to draw your attention to Palmdale, where we're hitting the century mark as we head into tomorrow afternoon. We made it there today. Looks like we're going to do it again tomorrow. For the valleys in the Inland Empire, sunshine across the board for the next few days. 90s, eventually turning to triple digits next week, but until then, warm and then cooling down Friday and Saturday. Warming temperatures up by Sunday, but warming them up even more so as we head to your Monday. For the basin in Orange County, 80s, eventually turning to 70s, and then back up to the 80s by your Sunday and your Monday. And getting a look at one more 5-day forecast for you this evening for the coast. We're taking you there. You're going to see low 70s, 72 for tomorrow, low 70s. Not a lot of changes through your Sunday. And then by your Monday, warming it up a little bit. Do want to mention we are expecting low cloud cover first thing in the morning with clearing by the afternoon. Susie.